Hello there, it's Dango1867. Hope you're all feeling alright today because I am tickety boo. We've got the final episode of this is Season 1 of the Doncaster Rovers. Road to the Premiership, Championship Manager 97 and 98. And there's a fair few things to get through. We're going to let you know first and foremost the ins and outs that we've had coming up to the transfer deadline. Sadly, we lost what is one of been the best players we've had this season. McDonald wanted to move to a bigger club. He's better than us and the division we're in, sadly. So 1.1 million brought him in. We started to have a little bit of a jittery last sort of 15 games. So off the back of that, I did some panic buying in bringing in Gary Locke, Richard Barker, Paul Ritchie, all those free transfers, and Fernando Correjo, the Chilean centre-half who I was planning to play at CDM because he's got midfield stats as well. So, having a look at it, we flipped through a lot of formations before going back to the thing we know, which is good because that is pretty much how we got to the point where we're at. So, the last fixture we had, as far as I can remember, was a result at Darlington. We followed this up with a hard-fought result at Lincoln. A good result. Simunza with a couple of goals. They probably should have won it based on the amount of chances they had. Twist with another. So another good back-to-back wins from there. We then went to Swansea, who have definitely been our bogey side this season. We've really struggled against them. They dominated pretty much from start to finish. We scored first after that. All them. Not a great result for us at Bellevue. We did then go all the way down to Exeter and a star performance from the Slovenian again with the man of match performance. Couple of goals from Twist and one from Atkinson meant an easy result down at Exeter. Then a very, very big game against Brighton, who were in the top three with us. Wyness and Sogby off the bench, the Liberian, having had a player sent off early. It was still a tight game. They were the better side probably, even with 10 men for a lot of the game. So brilliant result down at Brighton. We then went and absolutely bollocked it up awfully by losing at home against Chester. It was a back-to-back game. Both sides creating good chances. They should have won more, to be honest. We weren't at the races for some reason. The created chances just didn't look like we would ever take them. But we followed up with a good result at home against Macclesfield. Mackenzie, Atkinson and Wyness again back on the score sheet, meaning we are back in the chase. Another blip of a result was an away game at Scunny. We threw the kitchen sink at them and nothing really happened. So not the best result at Scunthorpe. Then a 2-0 home result for us against Rochdale. Barker getting his first and only goal of the season. Bradley scored as well as we decided to try and switch around some of the personnel to freshen up those results. Big game against Hartlepool. We are absolutely neck and neck for those automatic promotion places. And we lost. We couldn't break them down. They nicked one late. Pretty much absolute nail in the coffin type stuff at one point. We are then dropping down to third and only just above the playoff spots after that result. We then go to pretty much one of the bottom sides in the division who gave us a really good game, but we did manage to edge it out and get a good result. So getting those 3 points to keep us in those automatic spots. Followed up a trip down to London where, to be honest, we did enough to probably win the game, but again, lack of finishing with the chances we had let us down, and a real big blow with the fact that we then lost Middleton, pretty much injured, and that was pretty much his season over because he picked up another one further on. Then it was a home game against Colchester. Wyness again, the man of the moment. An even game, just that pure finishing power. And then another blow as Atkinson gets injured. So we're losing key players at the key times. Not good in a promotion run. And we follow that up by losing against Shrewsbury 1-0. They absolutely dominated us. Weren't at the races. Poor performance. And then another defeat. So where our form's gone, I don't know. Dominated by Barnet from start to finish. We are pretty much almost a shell at this point of the side that I'd like to field. So we try and then start messing with the formations a bit less, get it back to business. We followed this up with a draw, a rare draw for us at Notts County. Pretty even game. We didn't even have a shot on target though, so pretty poor. And then a big game against Hull. Again though, we can only manage to draw despite them scoring early. We had a player sent off. Mackenzie edged it late on. Even game, pretty much. We roll into the last game of the season. It's Yorkshire rivals Rotherham. We need to win as we are currently third in the table. Hartlepool are on the same amount of points and they are literally just below us on goal difference. Big game. Got to beat their result. We go to Rotherham. And Rotherham game was a very good game. We were 2-0 up. They got one back. We created chances. They fought hard. No real standouts. Atkinson back from injury just as we need him. And we managed to eke that out. And thankfully, Hartlepool, as you can see, went to one of the lowest sides in the league, Mansfield, and they bottled it. They got beaten. It should have been 2-0 by the looks of it. They only created one good chance all game. So that meant, if you can see this, guys, we are promoted. And because Exeter dropped points late on in the season, we have managed to get the automatic promotion and the runners-up. So that is absolutely amazing. So we're happy with that. We've got a heck of a lot of things to do next season to make sure that we are going to be there or thereabouts in the next league. Lots of players got to come and go, and I've got to settle on positions and personnel. So a quick run through the top averages for the league. Daniel George, definitely one of the best players. If you can just cut out his red cards, his discipline, his rashness, he'll be a Premier League player in a couple of seasons, trust me. Middleton, again, brilliant young player. Edmonton, very happy. So they've all made the top sort of 20 players. And Wyness, the goal machine himself, 35 goals, 13 assists on his first full season at Doncaster. 5 goals more than the next best player. We then go to assists, and Kavanagh just edged out by 3. The Irishman, who for some reason can't make the Irish squad, which is ridiculous. With look at that. 19 assists and 9 goals. 28 goals he contributed during the season. That is ridiculous. So have a quick run through our side and get some players looked at in the averages and see who's going to stay and who's going to go before next season. So George will stay, Middleton will stay, Edmonds will stay there. They're pretty much starters. Atkinson had a very good first season. A few injuries, which is why he's only on 44 games, but 13 goals, 8 assists. Happy with his performance. Kernigan was more of a bit part player, but he stood up to the challenge. Mackenzie, 40 games, 18 goals, 13 assists. Him and Wyness have an amazing strike partnership. This man, Simunza, needs a new contract, so we'll do that now while we're on. We cannot let him go because he has been an amazing signing for £5,000. Kavanagh, as we've already seen, brilliant, definitely going to be in there next season. We've got the backup defensive midfielder who did pretty well late on. Twist, I think, underperformed, and to be honest, 9 goals, 8 assists. I don't want to say I'd cash in on him, but if there was decent money or a good exchange, I'd probably think about it if it strengthened positions where we need. One of those positions is definitely the goalkeeper. I've brought in Margiston. I've not been happy with him. Pretty much think he'll be gone next season. Some of the other signings we made probably are on the way out. Barker was brought in as a bit more of a physical presence up top. Didn't really get going. Players like Brooker were brought in just to beef up the squad at times that they needed. Same with people like Jed Brannan. Did well enough, but not the level we need coming into the next league. Same with Sugby. He was a panic buy at the time, and he's definitely probably on his way out. One player I am quite interested to see how he does next season is Corneo. Only played 7 games, played in central defensive midfielder. He's a centre half, but he shows as a midfielder as well, and his stats in regards to midfield looks really, really good. So I'm interested to see where we can try and fit him into the side. I think we're going to go with the same system. We're going to definitely need a keeper. We're going to look to potentially bring in 2 more wing backs, and I think a replacement for McDonald in the long run is going to be needed. I'm quite happy with Richie as a backup. I think I'll sell one of the other centre halves now, moving forward. So we've managed it. 1 season down, 1 season promotion. Road to the Premiership still on. I've been Dango. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment and subscribe. And we're rolling on to the next league. I'll catch you all later, guys.